All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Jim, Dan, Brandy, Todd. How's everybody doing? Morning, Vegas, Jean. So we have some news at 8:30, and morning, Karen. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Waiting for this extreme cold weather to come in this evening. It's already cold, though. It's like 40 degrees for us. It's cold for us. I saw like in the Midwest, there's like negative 40, 50, something like that. Oof. So, fair warning, I'm going to be a little cautious today. It's Thursday, even tomorrow, right before Christmas. Volume's a little low. We do have that news at 8:30, so 75 in the casino. See, the thing is, I wouldn't mind it if the cold weather blew in and gave a nice snow, because we never get snow down here. So at least bring some snow. That'd be nice, so we can have a little fun. Just a little bit. And I also got word that some people were having issues this morning or overnight with closing orders with the Rhythmic server. So kind of another reason why I'm a little hesitant this morning and taking a little extra caution. So yeah, Dan, you're up in the Dallas area, so I know y'all get some snow every now and then. I think y'all get just enough to where it's like, okay, this is good, but it's not, like in the areas where you dread every winter because you got to shovel snow. You had to use the flat and all yesterday? Yeah, I'm kind of, if it's cold, I do like a nice, cold, clear, blue sky day. But if I'm going to get any precipitation with that cold, I need it to be snow. So, Rhythmic wasn't closing out all trades. Oh, when was that? Vegas, was it during the day? Because I know this issue was pretty much overnight orders. Yesterday morning? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's random. Yeah, always have that flatten all button ready to go. Not usually, I always have it ready on my phone just in case. That way, if my entire computer crashes, I can just hit that button. So I want to point this out on the 30 tick. I noticed we have a TBS, a third bar sling here with ODD. Third bar sling right up to these clusters here. 1, 2, 3, third bar left a magnet on this deviation. Now this is not wall worthy because it didn't go anywhere. It broke it. Now it may still go up, but to make this a wall worthy TBS here, it would have had to run a good ways. But since it already chopped and broke that, it's not really, I mean, it still could be a significant little level here for the meantime, but nothing to really, place a wall or be concerned about over time. But just wanted to point this out. This, I normally would be a beautiful TBS if this would have ran. Then I would have marked this as a wall. And I started getting in the habit of kind of marking my own walls as well, just because, well, on NQ. Because I know Lori still marks them, but the focus is really on YM and RTY right now. So I just like to make sure I have them marked. Because I think I saw one that I marked on my own. Right under 11, that's far away. It's right under 11,100. I marked my own wall a while back. Dang, it's way down there. Yeah, 300. Yeah, for sure. 00. Always gotta watch out for those 00s for sure. And you can see on that 30 tick chart where the 00s are, you pointed out the ZOI. There's that ZOI, and right there to the left was a mini magnet on that ZOI. So, and you can see how it works perfectly. Came down, laid that, pulled back up, broke through, and look where it came right back to. Tested exactly that ZOI. And now it's kind of like, let's see what we want to do here. I mean, these order prints are just crazy accurate. It's just insane to me. Still blows my mind 3 years later. Yeah, Dan, that's a good way of thinking there. Wait for that fourth bar. If this fourth bar would have closed up, yeah, you probably would have had a nice simplicity going up, because that would have closed it above that ZOI. So it would have been a nice, simplicity run here, and pull back to that ZOI to take a long off of it would have been a really, that would have been an ideal trade for me. Really good one. Good morning, Rodrigo. On the 30 tick. Oh, okay. Yeah. Jean, you might want to, let's see. Let me double check my room chart, the elite room chart. Yeah, I see it on the elite room chart too. I'm going to be on Vegas, yeah. But I will be, as always, just kind of cautious and see. So on these days like today and tomorrow, I'm really going to be market conscious. So if the market just doesn't look good, or if it's moving funky, then I probably, I'll just kind of take my time on it, maybe not go a full session. Yeah, the unemployment claims and final GDP number coming up at 8:30, I definitely, it definitely should make an impact on the market, I would think. So I will definitely take this dark zone a lot more serious than like the Canadian news yesterday. I will not be entering a trade at 8:30 today, yeah, like I did yesterday. Exactly, Brandy. And I say this over and over. I repeat myself a lot because I feel like some of these points are super, super, super important. And that was one of the things that I struggled with for 2 years, is to be okay with not taking a trade. I promise. There's so much time I could have cut off of my trading journey if I would have just, for one, listened to everything that was ever told to me, from the mentors and Daryl and Lori and everybody. But yeah, just sticking that into my brain that, hey, it's okay to not take a trade today. Yeah. Yeah. And who, all of you that trade this Apex system, that is so much of what this system is knowing when not to trade. It took me a long time to figure that out. Yeah, I can't tell you how many accounts I've blown. Evaluations, even before Apex Trader funding came about, because my thing is I never really traded in Sim. I traded in Sim for like 2 weeks when I learned the Apex system, because I knew my personality is I'm not going to take trading in Sim the same as like an evaluation or my own money. I'm not going to trade it the same. I just stubborn. I know I'm not going to do it. So I got after 2 weeks of just basically learning how to order execution and how to actually make the charts work, then I went ahead and got an evaluation. It was not with Apex Trader funding because they weren't around yet, but through that other company, I went through at least 100 evaluations before I got my first PA, my first funded account, and then blew that funded account. So yeah, definitely had my fair share. Yeah, I recommend. That's why I'm like, my struggles and my journey, like I said, could have been cut down so much. So now whenever, anybody asks me my opinion or advice, it's basically don't do what I did for the first 2 years. I went through that experience. So yeah, definitely trade in Sim for a while. That's the best way to do it. If you can make consistent money in Sim, then you can do it in evaluation. If you can do it in evaluation, you can do it in a funded account. Although I do admit there is a little bit of a psychological deal that comes from going to Sim, to an eval, to a funded account, and then even when you get close to a withdrawal. I mean, there's a lot of little mental blocks. Exactly, Brandy. That's highly recommended. If you have a 50K account, go and make $3,000 in Sim first. Yeah, I never had the patience to do that. I said if I made $3,000 in Sim, I want that to be in my evaluation so I get funded. That was my thinking, which is not great thinking. Exactly, and then I took so long I struggled in those evaluations, and I was like, my goodness, if it takes me a year to get a funded account, like that's not, how am I going to make money? I can't make money that way. We trade to make money ultimately at the end of the day. Okay, look, I want to point this out, even though this news might mess this up, but we have ODD, very slight, but it's there on the 30 tick. 33% just laid this crash. Okay, but this is also an SLZ. If you look at my indicator down here, SLZ with a ZOI crash on the 30 tick with ODD. Like I said, news could mess this up completely. But if there wasn't news, if it can get past these double clusters, I'd expect this to run all the way back up to this ice level. Or maybe, yeah, settlement ice in that area. So we'll see if news messes that up. But 50 tick chart, working on our fourth bar of chop. If this closes up, I'd be looking for a breakout bar up. Again, news could mess this up completely. Yeah, that's a psychological thing for sure. To go trading well in evals, and then once you get a PA, mess it up. And I've done that many times. And I had to go through these phases. Okay, now it's nothing for me to get an account funded, but as soon as I go to a PA, I don't do so well. So what got me out of that too is I literally reduced my contract size by half once I got into a PA. That way I know, okay, I'm not going to blow it out. It's going to take me forever if I blow this thing out, if I follow my money management. So that's exactly what I had to do. If I traded one contract in valuation, I'm going to 5 minute micros once I go funded or less. If I'm trading, 2 contracts in evaluation because I have a larger account, I'm going to 1 or, whatever it is, I'm going to half. That's what helped me a lot. And exactly, doctor, I was just about to say that. The one-time fee even more so takes the pressure off because you just knock that one-time fee out. Now it's like, oh, I don't have to try to get a withdrawal before my next payment or whatever it is. So, yep. Yep, 1 minute, actually less than a minute to news. As I said, that nice little setup thing I had going here, depending on if news could mess it up. So it looks like news is going to mess it up. Oh, yeah, news messed it up. Dang news. Yeah, that's just medium impact. Let's see, it dropped. Well, I guess it's not that bad. It dropped 50 points or so. Not one of those 300-point drops. Yeah, exactly, Vegas. If you're close, just sometimes we don't want to, but it's better to just fork out the money for the recurring fee than to rush anything and change anything. What indicators do I have on my 30 tick, Dan? So I have the SLZ. I have the detectors. Well, I don't think I have the what's it called? Let me see. Let me check because I don't remember. I don't think I put the TX detector. I think it was really just the SLZ one that I cared about. Yeah, just the SLZ detector. Apex order prints star low volume score ZOI detector. I just added that one on there because the other ones like elevator, double TX, I don't really care about all those on the 30 tick, and I can see if there's a TX, so didn't really need the rest. So just the SLZ detector. Yeah, and I've noticed that, an an SLZ, a good SLZ on the 30 tick, usually goes for quite a few bars on the 30 tick. So that's why I wanted to point out that setup, because under normal circumstances, if there was no news, I would have loved that setup and then look for a long. Yeah, ZOIs are strong levels, especially a crash. You get a crash on the 30 tick, yep. I like that as a target and a place to enter trades to bounce off of, basically. Like that crash is above us now, so if we make our way up, see, it's right here, right below this wall. So if market tries to recover and give a long, that'd be something I'd be looking to trail to go back to. Especially since we know market typically after news likes to recover and get back to where it was at some point. And that, again, is why I never take the first LRE after news, such as now. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but this is why I don't take them after news, because typically likes to retrace back to where it was. Bunch of nice little clusters and OP here. Let's see what it wants to do. See if it gives a long above this level, above this area. And if I was taking simplicity entries, that'd be one that I would take right up above here to enter if it gives us a long, and run it straight up to the ZOI crash. But taking my low risk entries, if that did happen, I'd wait for that pullback for sure. This is going to be a pivotal moment area, right in this little, where we hit this deviation here, right in this little area. If we break short of this, then we might not get a retrace. And a lot of times after news, I like to refresh my dynamic magnets and flux levels just to make sure nothing changed. Okay. All right. Just waiting. Seeing if it's going to give us this long. I really would like a long to head up to that crash. I'm just not really seeing anything short as a target. I mean, there's stuff way down here, but definitely wouldn't expect that to happen pre-market. Then we're already talking below the -1 dev, so nothing below. Closest target I see is this COI crash. And since news that was such a good setup back here with the ZOI crash, SLZ, ODD, and news shot it down. And I'm really expecting it to come back up to that crash. Like, really expecting it. Might not happen, but that is a very high expectation for me this morning. Yeah, CQG. Yep. I don't know any info on that, but if they can, I know they definitely would love to do that for sure. I think it's not if they can. I think they probably would be able to, but I'm not sure. But I do know that in the next few weeks to expect more updates coming out for the Apex Trader funding. More updates that may affect some people on this stream and may not. So Dan. Nice, Vegas. Yeah, I'm actually myself off not working the day job until Tuesday, the 27th. So this past Tuesday was my last day. Was my last day for until the break. So, but you have until the 3rd, so an extra week. That's nice. Or I guess a full week next week. Definitely take your time, and I don't know, you have plans? Are you going somewhere, or you just kind of just a little break? Yeah, I hate that, Brandy. Okay, look at this 30 tick bar. May get there it is. Mini magnet closed on this 30 tick bar off the deviation and ice level, pushing it down. Good sign, it's pushing it down here. No ODD, so that's good. So this could push down maybe to this ZOI down here. Maybe even the dev if it wants to keep going. I'll take a LRE, actually, off this ice and mini magnet. We do have a cluster to the left on this dynamic magnet, but if we get this pullback up to here, that's a 10-point little move potentially here. If it pulls back. See, this is the cluster down back here to the left on this dynamic magnet. Oh yeah, Brandy, that's going to be busy time coming up. Nice, Vegas. All right, we have double clusters on the 10 here, but I do like that level. I do like right. May not make it. May not pull back up to it though. Okay, this is a nice cluster that on the 30 tick. Left this cluster here on that same dynamic magnet where the same cluster was to the left. That's telling me sellers are in charge and pushing this down. Now it may pull back up to this dynamic magnet and cluster because it likes to retest those clusters. So I would be looking to take an LRE off that, around that dynamic magnet if I can. We do have triple clusters on this 10 tick though, so we do have some divergence on the 50 tick a little bit. It is building up, so I would be a little cautious of that too. This could be, I mean, it's divergent. We may, I mean, it could be a JFT setting up here. It's not extreme divergence, so we'll see if we get some HD on this pullback up here at the mini magnet. Or dynamic magnet. All right, we have HD. If this pulls back up to about this area up here, I don't like the triple clusters. Now we have a cluster on the 30 tick too. I prefer the market to make the decision for me. To where I don't have to make this decision on this pullback. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now divergence is not as much, not as extreme on the 50 tick. I feel better about an LRE. Now, if it pulls back to this paw that it just laid, this area right up here, well, we'll see. We'll see where it pulls back to, if it does. I mean, this thing's kind of on a mission to go short. But if we get a pullback up around this area where it just kind of had this little hesitation. Now we do have a Lorex. Yeah, but if we get a pullback up in that area, I still... it's leaving a lot of OP. I still like it if it pulls a lot of clusters too. Okay, I'm not taking an LRE right now if it pulls back up here because an entry short would be right, a pullback would be right in this area, but then I'd be I wanted a pullback up to this area where this Paul mini magnet is. Because if it would have pulled back up to here, then I got all these little spread ZOIs and clusters where it could have chopped, but obviously now it's going down. But now we're hitting this 30 tick mini magnet here. And if it pulls up, that's back up through the deviation level to these double clusters. There's a cluster on the 30 tick there. Now it's getting into an area where it's not really clean. Not a lot of space, but man, this thing is just shooting down. So I don't know if we're going to really even get a nice pullback. The areas that I really liked for it to pull back to take an entry on, it's not getting to it. So see, now we're now we're hit between these two 30 tick mini magnets. When you have spread mini magnets like that on the 30 tick, it could chop. So if I took a short back into that, then it could be rough to get back through it. Now another cluster on the 30 tick. At the 11,200 level. So another double zero psychological level here. And a cluster mini magnet on the 30 tick. See, we laid a cluster. So it came up, tested that cluster. Now we laid a cluster on this mini magnet. So yeah, and it's right around this deviation, which is the 0.7, minus 0.7. Yeah, I'm not going to take an LRE right now because, I don't know if it's going to be able to make it through this. If it makes it short through this, then I'd like to take an LRE in this area down here. But at the moment, I'm not too convinced. Could chop around a little bit. Because here would be an LRE short, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to take this.
Double cluster NQ.
I think we'll go to 11,187. If we can break this area right here at about this 195 area, then yeah, I think we'll make our way down there. But this is going to be a key area if we can break or not. Yeah, I used tick strike in the past, but I don't know, just it's good, but I don't know. I guess I didn't see enough out of it. I notice myself whenever I'm in the trade, because I don't go for really big runs, so my mind kind of tuned it out a lot. Cumulative delta as an alternative. No, I don't think I've heard of that one. Is that similar to tick strike? Yeah, Dan. I mean, that's very possible that we reverse from here and go up. So, like I said, it's going to depend on if we could break this 195 area. 30 tick chart could be laying a mini magnet on the ZOI here. If this bar closes down at 197.75, then that could be enough to pop it through. So we'll see. Oh, gotcha. DT. No, I haven't tried anything else because I mean, I see all the buys and sells through all the order prints and order print chart that I have. So, don't think I need anything else. It's like I can see all the orders here. I have an order book open, and then all the order prints here is telling us what the orders are doing. Yeah, let's see if this thing is going to break or chop or what we're going to do here. Yeah, that was a nice simplicity run for sure. Never pulled back to any of the the levels I was looking at. Yeah, I would like a reset, but also
Potential TX.
something I kind of do is when simplicity goes sideways like this. Like here we had a drop, sideways, drop. I kind of look at it as another, even though it didn't reset, but like another run. And then here went sideways again, and now it's breaking and going down. So, for example, if I would have taken an LRE here, and if there was two LREs in this run, then with this sideways motion and then a break to go short again, I would take LREs again as if it was a reset. If it has a clear sideways move for a while and then goes. It busted through that level, but just about one full bar. So it's not quite there yet. Needs to. That bar on the 30 tick did close. So, and it was enough to bust it through, but let's see if it's enough to keep it going. So that was a big sign that if this mini magnet closed on this ZOI and this bar closed down, gave me enough confidence that this would bust through. But now let's see if it continues running or not, or if it chops around. With the triple clusters here at that level 2, if this goes down, then that's a good sign. Sellers are still in charge right here. Dang, it's already 9 a.m. Time feels like it's flying by this morning. Testing around this 200 level, 11,200, deciding if it wants to, what it wants to do there. Grinch rally. Could be laying a paw on the 30 tick right there at that area too. So could signal that area is getting weak. Pulled back up there, getting weak. Continue pushing down. Let's see.
Potential Tx on NQ.
Another cluster on the 30 tick. Could be. Could be changing trend. Let's see.
Orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
We have another cluster on the 30 tick. Struggling here. Okay, we got a reset. Maybe this goes short. Just have to wait and see. Getting into a chop block on the 50. I mean, that's expected too. Remember, we got to keep in mind when you have a run like this, then when it gets to the end, could expect some chop before another run happens.
Potential setup A on NQ.
Yeah, I know.
Potential Tx.
And I mentioned earlier, the news didn't move that much. It's only about 50 points. And then guess it said I'm not done yet.
Setup A on NQ. Potential Tx on NQ. Potential double Tx on NQ.
All right, we have the fourth bar of chop on the 50 tick. Now I'm looking for a breakout bar.
Potential Tx on NQ.
Yeah, it could be, Doctor. And I know a lot of people can't get rid of the Santa rally bias as far as just even me scrolling and looking at random stuff on social media. I see a lot of people that know nothing about trading just talking about buying stuff because it has to go up because of a Santa rally, which we know that, yeah, there's a Santa rally oftentimes, but, you know, even like Dan, we play around a lot with the Santa rally, and who knows, maybe people are buying, expecting.
Trap orders with exhaustion box.
1, 2, 3, 4, fifth bar now. Fifth bar of chop here on the 50 tick. I actually love whenever the 50 tick goes into this chop because what comes after a breakout?
Potential Tx on NQ.
And this is the first one that we've had
On NQ.
this morning with 4 bars
Orders with
or
exhaustion
more.
box on NQ.
So
Setup A, setup B on NQ.
now if this goes long, we do have to
Tx on NQ.
remember we have these double clusters.
On NQ.
This cluster, then these two up here, and then this mini magnet ZOI right there. So if this goes long, we have to see what it does there. If it breaks that with a nice long, then hey, maybe I'll take a pullback to it to continue long. or if it just goes short, then the same thing as normal. But there's nothing down there really, except for this flux level. So still have decent amount of time for something to happen before we get too close to the dark zone for the open. So but like I said, as soon as I came in, I set my mind and my expectations to be ready for no trade today and tomorrow. So after, yeah, I think actually I need to look at the holiday hours. I haven't looked. So Sunday, I'm sure it probably won't open Sunday night since Christmas is Sunday. I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. I haven't checked the holiday hours for this coming up. Yeah, the 50 tick rally is better for sure. Monday of the next two, yeah, because next Monday would be the second after the New Year. So, gotcha. Next two is a holiday. Let's see. Friday, equity products. Same time on Friday. Okay, so Monday, yeah, it does not open Sunday, and Monday it opens Monday evening. at regular time. So close Sunday and Monday morning won't be anything, and Monday evening will open for this coming Monday, and I'm assuming New Year's will probably be the same thing. Friday, December 30th. Yeah. Same thing for the following week. There's a link there. If y'all don't have it, bookmark it for this holidays. To always keep up with the holidays. Yeah, and even if it goes long, like I said, it could go long, but I would be interested to see what it does right here at about 212.50. So if it does go long, I'd want it to definitely break that and continue. In this little choppy, clustery zone right now. Still on the 50 tick chop box on the 6th bar, so it may not get anything before the open. Scalped NQ Lorex, nice. Oh yeah, I mean you have a clear range right now on the 10 tick. Bottom, top. You had a DTX, Lorex. I would fully expect this to come down. Look, it came right down to these clusters, double clusters and cluster to the left. Right down to it, laid a mini magnet. Nice. Yeah, that was a Lorex and DTX. You too, Brandy. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, DTXs are really good. And now with Lorexes, if you get a Lorex DTX when it's clean like this, I think that's really nice. Because you had a clean leg down. A little choppy here, but that's at the bottom. Nice clean up. Lorex with all the conditions. Absorption X, OPR, cluster, trapped orders, Paul. I mean, all the conditions here. With a DTX, I mean, to me, that's a really good Lorex. We appreciate the sacrifice, Dan. Taking one for the team. To be honest, I don't think anything's going to happen, though. We used to do that sitting in the elite room a long time ago. At one point when markets were really slow or something happened, Vegas probably remembers. Then somebody would say, all right, we're going to the restroom, taking one for the team. Man, market stalled. I don't think we're gonna get anything till the open. Look at how ugly this is. My hands. I am sitting on my hands. Complete sideways. Yeah, doctor, and sometimes on these, with these teases, people that just jump in to simplicity, it's when they get kind of killed their accounts, because when they starts giving a lot of teasers like that, yeah, those are account killers. All right, Bill, take care. Have a good one. Yeah, David. Like I said, I honestly would not take a simplicity even if it gives me a long here. If it does go up and gives a long until it breaks this 12, what did I say? It's about 12, 212.50 up here. Even when you break that, you have the rest of these ZOIs up here. But I mean, that's a decent scalp though, but still, I don't want to risk that. Oh, I bet, Jim. I just noticed your comment, Dan. Who's next? Well, close to 10 minutes to the open, about 5-6 minutes to the dark zone, so
Double cluster NQ.
quick reminder, today I'm doing the drawing this evening for the 3 evaluations that I'm giving away, so if you have not done that, go and watch the video so you can get your entry. I'm cutting off comments at noon Eastern time today to lock in all the entries. So if you have not done that, do so before noon. Let's see here. There's the video for it. If you're not aware. Nah, no marathon streams for me. I might stay on a few minutes past the open, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so, because I'm really trying to not trade past the open, since I don't typically get to right now anyways. Even on days where I can, I kind of just don't want to break my, I guess, routine. So I may hang around. Either way, I'm gonna end the stream though, because I do have some things I need to run around and do before we get this for Christmas, really. But then we're having this nasty cold weather coming in. I will be on tomorrow morning, though. I'll be on and kind of take the approach, like I said earlier, the same today, where I will take a trade if there's one there, but I will be cautious and expect not to. Come in with no expectations. Try to, keep my profitable week, small profitable week, but it is profit. Heading back up to the top of this 50 tick bar. But we are a few minutes away from the open. Technically a simplicity long going now. Heading right into the top of the 50 tick bar. Right into the dark zone. So be very careful. Yeah, Dan. Curious to see if it makes it up to that 212 area before the open. Close the 50 tick bar on the 7th bar now. 5 minutes till the open, so it may wait until the open. All right, y'all, I am going to hop off the stream here. Oh, nice. Yeah, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time off. And I'll see you when you come back. I'll be here. Happy holidays, Jean. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate all the support. I will be back tomorrow morning. And as always, trade well, everybody. See y'all later. Take care.